This is so weird. I just noticed that, by the way, I use OBS for my streaming and for my recording of these videos. When I'm doing this kind of a setup, I use OBS, and I've got my iPhone hooked up. But I've noticed that I'm able to use this iPhone as a separate camera without plugging it in. I had no idea. Figure that out. Okay, looks like today is the 22nd, January the 22nd, which means this is day 22 of my van life update. Hope everyone's doing okay today. As you can see, it's cold outside and it's cold in here. Coffee shop needs to turn their heat on, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. Hope everyone's doing all right today. Hope you're staying warm. We've got a weekend of cold weather in front of us. Looks like most of the nation, at least 3/4 of it, is going to be under a winter storm. Ice storm, snow, a major storm is making its way across the country, so we're all going to be frozen this week, such as it is. Even in Austin, it looks like all of Texas is going to be covered with cold weather. It's going to be down to 19 degrees on Monday. So I'm hoping here in the Austin area we can get the ice. We don't need the ice. I don't mind the cold. It's the precipitation that I don't like. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Well, today I had on my list of things to talk about for today was momentum, the idea of momentum. And moving ahead, even when things aren't perfect, it's pretty obvious that when I come to you that a lot of these streams that I'm coming to, a lot of these videos are not produced all that great. I'm doing lucky to get on camera and to speak because of the current logistics. I'm limited to where I can film from. It's too cold outside, so I know I'm being a wuss. Some of you can walk in the snow and the ice and the cold weather and do all kinds of stuff, but me, I'm too lazy. I want to stay warm. So, and it's so easy for me to sit here in the coffee shop and just turn on my OBS and my Mac laptop and start talking. So forgive me for being lazy, taking the easy way out. But it's not perfect, and that's today's topic. Talking about momentum and doing things anyway when it's not perfect. You're moving ahead, you're getting things done, and you're not waiting for things to be perfect. So that's what I'm talking about. And it comes to mind about looking for small wins. Rather than huge victories, we want small wins. And what does a small win actually look like for me today? What's a small win that I can check off as far as my transitioning into van life? Well, to be honest, I've done absolutely nothing today that I could say is moving me forward in terms of transitioning into my van life. Now, I have watched a couple of videos of vanlifers this morning, but that's about it. But we're not talking about perfection here. The fact that I showed up and I'm fulfilling my commitment to do a daily update is, in effect, a small win. It's a small win that I am here right now doing this, talking about nothing. It's a small win because I could have just blown off today, since I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. I could have just said, nah, who cares? I'm not going to do it. Although I made a commitment to come to you every day for this entire year and at least do 2 or 3 minutes, at least show up, talk about something. But today I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. I haven't done anything really. I've been sort of lazy. The weather is sort of getting me down, and I'm sort of riding my way through the weekend to see if I can get past this winter storm. So I'm really not doing much. Feeling a little bit unmotivated today. Have you ever had days like that where you just feel like you don't want to do anything? That's the way I feel today. So when I'm thinking about a small win for today, the only thing that I can come up with is that I'm here. That's a small win. When I ask myself, what's the one thing I did today that moved me forward? Well, maybe later today I'll look at starting my budgeting process, start looking at what it's going to take me in terms of my finances. I'll look at that later this afternoon, so that's going to be a step forward. But all in all, if I were to strip it down in terms of a small win for today, the only thing I could really say is I'm here. And here's the coffee shop, by the way. As you can see, not much is going on. Everyone's just sort of doing their own thing. And I'm here doing my own thing. So here we go. So this idea of perfection. We get all caught up with perfection, wanting to do things perfect. And it's really unrealistic to think that I could do a daily van life update and have each day's video be sort of a home run, a knock out of the ballpark. Wow, look at that video. It's not going to happen. So that's one lesson we can learn if you're a YouTuber and you're a van lifer. You can't wait for things to be perfect. You can't wait for things to be so well organized and so well planned before you make a move. Sometimes you just have to get moving, get going. And so, what can I say? That's what I'm doing today. I'm thinking about a tiny step that I can do this afternoon to take that would get me back into the swing of things, because I've really feeling today like I just really don't want to do anything. Like I said, I think maybe later today I'll look at my finances and start putting together some sort of an idea of a budget of exactly what it's going to cost me to transition into a van, and at some point it's going to come down to the numbers. What's it going to take? How much is it going to spend? What are the options? Do I buy a used van? Do I buy a new? How are we going to go about this? At some point I'm going to have to get down to the details, and I think I will start that process later today, and we'll take a look. In terms of momentum comes just by taking, I think, small steps consistently, day after day after day after day. So I'm hoping to build up momentum with these daily updates. And I think today I've got a small win, small as it is. And the small win for me today is I'm here. And I hope you will stay with me. Join me in this journey as I try to get on the road, start creating some content, creating some art, writing some books, and doing the things that I like to do in terms of content creation on YouTube. How you like that camera move? Oh, you can see outside it's kind of gray, but it's not really doing much. It's just cold. Well, Boy, has this been an A+ kind of day or what? I bet when you see this video, you're going to think this is the best thing I've seen on YouTube in years. But do I care? Maybe.